One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am Nikisha Bond, your host for the weekly Chamber catch-up, wrap-up, whatever you want to call this. I am the VP of Corporate Affairs over here at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. And I'm so excited, as always, that you decided to join us. You guys, can you believe this? I have been promoting the golf tournament like mad crazy, and I didn't even make it. Well, listen, first of all, it's hard for me to get up that early in the morning. So yes, that's one thing. But I saw the pictures. If you guys join our Facebook page, you guys can see all of the great pictures. They were having such a ball right there. Everybody was like, we had such a great time. They met so many incredible people. So many people came out. It was such a ball buster event. I am bummed that I missed it, but make sure that you go to our Facebook page if you're not watching it on Facebook, and make sure that you get a chance to check it out, because like all of our events, they're incredible. And anytime you miss them, you've missed a great time. You know, I hear so many adults saying, I have a hard time making friends. It's hard to meet people. It's hard to get to know people. Listen, you need to join the chamber, because the chamber is full of people, like-minded people, people who are enterprising, people who are inspirational, people who are excited about life and the things that are going on. And you need that in your life. So not only are you joining a great network, you're joining a great network of like-minded, positive people who are going to get you onto the path of success. Now, listen, I know I normally do updates, and I will do updates because I'm always going to do updates, but you know what? I like to do a little training. So I got my Post-its. Yep, I got my Post-its. We're going to do a training today. For those of you guys who don't know, in my real life, my background is in Lean Six Sigma, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm a professional problem solver. It's got these great suite of tools that allow you to be really successful. So I'm going to train you on one of those tools today. So if you're looking to get more customers, or maybe the customers you have aren't quite working out, we're going to talk about that today. So make sure that you stay tuned. But first, let's get into some announcements. So we have so many things that are going on. As you guys know, we have 15 chapters from the desert to the sea. And the great thing about membership is when you join the chamber, you are a part of all of the chapters. And so each of the chapters has a mixer every single month. And so if you are in my area, I'm down here in the Temecula area, they're actually going to be joining with MSJC, with the Mega Mixer people. And all these different chambers are coming together to do a great networking event. You know, these are great events for you to go and start scouting for customers, especially if you're in a B2B business, because there's going to be tons of vendors there. And yes, they're going to be trying to sell you, but you should be trying to sell them as well. So this is going to be on June 25th. Make sure that you go to the website, click on the chapter for Inland Valley, and then you can go ahead and get the link there so that you can sign up. Make sure that you join. I don't know if they have any more vendor spots available, but it's also a great way for you to showcase your business. Now, if you are in the San Bernardino area, the Inland Cities East chapter is going to be having their mixer on Monday. So that's coming up. We're finishing out our June mixers for the month. So we're going to be having Inland Cities. We're also going to be having Riverside. So make sure you go to the website. All of the chapters, they happen the same time every single month. So you can go there and find out more. I love Lou's business mixers. She always has a great time. She always knows how to throw a great party, especially with Lou Productions. So you definitely want to make sure you go there. It's going to be on 624 West 4th Street in San Bernardino. And like I said, all of our chapters are all over. I'm down here in Temecula, and we're still promoting San Bernardino. And we are getting ready as well, not only for the June mixers, but we have our July mixers that are coming up. So I want you to make sure you mark your calendars. July is right around the corner. You know, it's next week. Hello, when did that happen? I don't know, but it's coming up next week. And we have the Pomona mixer that's going to be happening on July 6th. And we also have, hold on, let me find it, the Barstow chapter that's going to be happening the very next day on July 7th. So if you're looking for AI information, great information going out there in Barstow. And again, I'm going to say it and I'm going to keep saying it because membership, this is why I joined the chamber. Honestly, I am one of those people who likes to have a big bang for my buck. So when you told me that one membership gave me access to all these different chapters, all these different people, I was like, sign me up, buddy. And listen too, if you're in leadership, or if you guys are looking for an opportunity to be in front, make sure that you go to these mixers and show yourself to the president. There's always opportunities to be on the board. Now, of course, this is voluntary, this is nonprofit, but this is a great opportunity for you to get into doors that you probably can't get into your own. Because I can tell you right now, I was just helping out with the City of Redlands Juneteenth event. And, when I call and I'm like, hey, the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is calling, they're like, hey, how can we get a hold of you? In fact, when I called the City of Redlands, when we were doing the Black Renaissance, I don't know if you guys got to see our exhibition that was in the San Bernardino County Museum. When I called the City of Redlands and I was like, hey, it was like a week before the event. I'm like, hey, if you guys are available, can somebody come out? The mayor called me back the next day. He was like, I absolutely want to be out there. I never heard of this. Here, what can I do? What resources can I give you? So if you are looking to be able to open doors in community, definitely need to join the chamber, because it's not just what you know, right? It's well, exactly. Okay, what else do we have? We have a health summit coming up in hold on, let me see. Y'all, hold on. Come on, y'all. Get it together. Get it together, StreamYards. I think my internet is a little bit slow. Sorry about that. So they're going to be having a health and fitness summit. This is their 4th annual, and it's going to be let me see, what day is that? Oh, September 26th. And the reason why I want to put this out there is because they are seeking panel participants. So if you are in the health industry, if you're doing anything with health and wellness, please make sure that you contact Lou Productions. Her information is on the website. That way you can get in contact, because listen, you want to get in front of people, and being involved with the chamber gets you in front of people. So if you know anybody or you're in the health and fitness industry, make sure that you connect with Lou, because she is looking for some participants. This is going to be happening in September. Oh, you guys. Listen, I know that you guys have been seeing all of the reviews that have been coming out from the last summit that we had in May. If you see those and you're like, man, I can't believe I missed it, worry not. We got you. In August, we're going to be having the Black Excellence Business Summit and Casino Night on the Queen Mary. I am beyond thrilled, and I absolutely will be there. I'm always at the business ones. Y'all know me. The ones that are a little bit fun. Let me not make this about me. Let's focus on the business summit, okay? Stay focused, guys. Okay. So with the business summit, if you missed the last one and you're like feeling really bad about it, don't worry. This is the one that you absolutely want to get to. I didn't even know that you could do events on the Queen Mary. And when I found that out, I was like, definitely sign me up. We have conference rooms there. We've got hotel rooms. So they're a little pricey because we're up in Long Beach, but it's the Queen Mary. How many times are you going to get to go on a business summit for Queen Mary? Okay, so I want to play this quick video for you guys. This video is so cute. I'm not going to put myself on the side because I always be making too much noise, but here's a quick little promo for the business summit that's happening in August. Any day will come up. It says it's up on the screen. Oh, hold on. Nikisha, get your life together.
Black Excellence Business Summit 2026, presented by the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, Long Beach chapter, on Friday, August 21st, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Connect with influential business leaders, discover new opportunities, build powerful relationships, and gain valuable insights to elevate your career, business, and community impact. Then, the celebration continues with an unforgettable casino night on Saturday, August 22nd, from to 11 p.m. Experience an evening of networking and purpose.
You guys, is that buffering for you? I don't know if it's buffering for me or just is it buffering for you too? I'm going to go ahead and play it, but put it in the comments if you guys are seeing it buffering. Sorry.
The historic Queen Mary in Long Beach.
Every ticket helps support the youth-build organization, empowering young people ages 16 through 24 with opportunities in education, leadership development, workforce training, and lifelong success. Come build connections. The Black Excellence Business Summit and Casino Night 2026 at the Queen.
Thank you, David. Sorry about that, guys. David told me that it's buffering, so we'll try to see if it can get its life together a little bit later because it doesn't. Look, I'm even trying to remove it and it's harassing me. You guys saw that, didn't you? Okay, anyways, let's get back to our, let me see if there's any more announcements that I need to make. Oh, just one more. Okay, we have our fashion show that's coming up in October. We do this every year for a breast cancer awareness month. So if you are a designer, if you're a model, we're looking for designers, we're looking for models. And as you guys will notice with a lot of these events is what the chamber really wants to do is we want to be a platform. We want to be a platform for artists. We want to be a platform for designers. We want to be a platform for models, for people who are in the health and wellness industry. Anytime that we can use this as an opportunity to platform you, that's absolutely what we want to do. So make sure that you sign up and get connected. This is going to be happening probably out in Palm Springs because I know that Miss Jules does this every single year. She's such a great president out there. So make sure that you join. And then I want to do one last thing before we get into our training. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. If you've seen all of this and you're like, Nikisha, how can I get involved? I'm excited. You won me over. You signed me up. Here's the QR link. Go to the website, www.blackchamberofcommerce.org. It's down there and the scrolling across the screen. There's the QR code. And I'll probably put the QR code up a little bit later today. So make sure that you join. One membership, 15 chapters, endless connections. And like I always say, we can't make a horse drink, but we can get you to the water, right? And that's what the chamber is trying to do. We want to get you to the water. Okay. Another way that we like to get you to the water is training. Listen, guys, I remember when I first learned about personal development, I was like, sign me up, put it right here in the thing. I was blown away, absolutely blown away that you could do something with your mind and get your mind to think the way you want it to think, that you could actually design and create your life. Now, not everybody believes that, but guess what? Whatever you believe, you're right. I was blown away by that. So anytime I get an opportunity to present any type of training that I feel has impacted my life, I love to do that. So hopefully you guys get something out of this too. So like I was saying before, my background is in Lean Six Sigma, and basically it's a problem-solving discipline. And one of the tools that they have is called the Lean Startup methodology, which is basically getting a product out to market in uncertain times. So we're going to go through a lot of the different steps on this, and I want you to get your pens and papers together because I got my Post-its, guys. I love to write down on Post-its. I'm one of those old school people. I still have my planner. I'm still writing in my planner, ladies and gentlemen. So I do like to write things down. So we're not going to be super fancy, but we are going to be super educational. Okay, let's get started. So what is Lean Startup? It's a scientific approach to developing a scalable, viable business model in the face of volatility and uncertainty. It emphasizes customer development and letting the market dictate a product or service. Okay, so what does that mean? So many times in business, we like to build it and think that they will come, oh my gosh, I have this great idea. And then we want to go out there and we want to start building. And oh my gosh, they're going to love this. Oh, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And you build all this stuff and you take it out to market and it's like crickets. Everyone's like, we didn't ask for this. Sorry, thanks, but no thanks. So the whole scientific approach is how do we get products out to market? How do we find out what customers want? What is that process? What is that cycle? That's what we're going to be talking about today. And it is a scientific approach. And we're going to talk about all the different steps. But I want you to first get into your mentality. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. You're not always right. I know it was a shocker to me too. I was like, what? Like, what do you mean I'm not always right? You sound crazy. Yes, we're not always right. So we might not always have the answers to the problems. So we need to really find out a way of what is it that the customer wants, right? Because that's who we're serving. So we have to kind of re-engineer, we have to rethink our minds, retrain our minds to figure out, I need to be customer first. I need to figure out what my customer wants. I need to put myself in the customer's shoes and figure out how I can serve them. And what's the best way to serve your customer? Do you know? Raise your hand. I'll tell you. Solve their problems. Because you're our professional problem solver too. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. Well, now you do. Congratulations. Welcome to the conversation. Listen, because that's what customers will pay for. They have problems and they want you to solve them. I can't do X. Your product or service is a solution to that. So let's go ahead and talk about the build, learn, and measure. Next Post-it. So start with learning and customer discovery. Who is your market? What are their needs? 90% of businesses fail because they fall in love with their ideas and they don't validate their concepts. Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I hear this, guys. This happens so frequently. Because people, it's a great idea. And I know you love it. And I know it's amazing in your mind. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to buy it. They got to pay for it. And maybe exactly what they want isn't exactly what you need. And it might not be that it's like a complete mismatch. Maybe you just have a couple of things that they want that you don't want. I've used this example before. So when me and my husband first started in business, we were a synthetic turf company. So we just sold synthetic turf. And that was great when nobody knew what synthetic turf was and we were the only people who did it. But as more people started to come into the marketplace, all of a sudden we started losing business that used to be really easy for us to get. And it was like, well, why? Why is this happening? So you know what we did? We asked the customer, which is, we're going to be talking about on the next one, but we're going to be talking about the customer development process. But we asked them, like, what is it? And they're like, well, you don't do anything else. So it's like, well, that's easy. We'll just start doing other things. We started adding more services. We started getting those clients back. So what do you hear about in that situation? We just sit here and say, oh, these customers, they're so dumb. How do they know that they're not buying from us? What are we doing wrong? We didn't just sit here and stew. We're like, okay, let's ask the people who are buying from us. What is it? What are your needs? What do you want? And what they wanted is like, okay, I'm getting my turf done, but I don't have anything else in my backyard. Can you do that too? Because that would save me a lot of trouble. Oh, we're starting to see what the real problem is. If the solution wasn't just turf, the solution was having someone come in and design their backyard. So that's what we started to market. So that's what it means to think about the customer first and to think about their needs. And a lot of times as business owners, we might have a general idea of what the customer needs, but then to really get down into specifics, we have to ask them. And not just them, not just your friends and family, but lots of different customers. The customers that say yes, but also the customers that say no. Why did they say no? You should want to figure that out. So don't fall 100% in love with your concept. Don't just be in love with everything that you want to do. Have a high level concept, but be open and be flexible that there might be other things that you weren't thinking of that the customer actually really wants. Okay, let's do a quick commercial break because I need to get a drink of water and we will be right back to get right back in. No more announcements. I've already done all my announcements. So we're going to go right back into training. We're going to get into the customer development cycle. So if you're like, okay, Nikisha, how do we do this? I'm going to tell you when we get back.
Good news for the Southern California business community. Now you can add your business to the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce Business Directory complimentary. We have been working tirelessly to build a list of Black-owned enterprises in Southern California. This is an excellent way for you to be a part of an expansive network and find your ideal customers, business partners, and vendors. So don't waste time. Visit blackchamberofcommerce.org today and add your business today.
All right, welcome back. Let's get back to our training. We're going to get right into it. Okay, so the customer development. These are the three things I want you to think about when it comes to customer development. 1, speed and continuous improvement. You got to keep moving. Life is moving so fast now, right? We don't even have a time to catch our breath. We wish that we did, but we don't have any time. So you need to be in the mindset of speed, continuous improvement. Don't sleep on an idea because when you sleep on it, your neighbor was up at midnight getting it done. Now, I know hustle culture might not be the thing anymore, but it's still real. And the opportunities are even greater now because with all the craziness going on in the world, with all the crazy things in politics and all the crazy things online, all the distractions, if you become laser focused on what you're trying to do, you are definitely going to beat the curve. So listen, you want to be fast at this and you want to be thinking, how can I get better? How can I get better? How can I get better? And I'll talk about that a little bit more because I was working on Google Ads. Let me tell you, this process was so helpful in Google Ads. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. Flexibility. I want you to be flexible. Keep what's working and abandon what doesn't work. Listen, you need to be data oriented. I don't want you to be running your business on your feelings anymore. Get out of your feelings. There ain't no money in your feelings. Your feelings ain't got no money in there. You need to get into the logic of things. You need to have data. You need to make decisions based on data. So many people are sitting up here saying, well, I think and I feel and I hope and I wish. No, what does the data tell you? What do the numbers say? And be flexible to make that change. Don't just hear it and be like, yeah, I can tell that they don't really like that, but you know what? I love it. I'm going to do it anyway. No, don't do that. All right. And the last one is market assessment. What are other people doing? What is the benchmark, right? A lot of times we're comparing ourselves to ourselves, and that's great because in continuous improvement, that's really all you're competing with is yourself. I totally believe in that. However, but you also need to know where the benchmark is because you're going to be comparing yourself, right? This is you compared to you, fighting you, getting better than you every single year, competing against yourself. But where is the standard, right? Where should you be? And I'm not going to determine that for you, right? You're going to determine that for yourself. What do I look at? I look at who's the best in the business. I want to know who the best is, and I want to see how I compare to them. I don't care about the people who are just making it. I want to see who are the players who are the big dogs and how far away it is. Now, maybe I can't do anything about it, right? Maybe they can spend thousands on advertising that I don't have. Maybe they can do a lot of things that I can't do. But listen, I at least know where the standard is, right? So that I'm sitting over here and I'm saying, yeah, me against me, but I want to get here. I'm trying to get here. And eventually I want to get here. I want to get above these people, right? So you will still want to know what the standard is. So you need to assess the market. Don't just think that you know everything. Realize that there's people out here who are actually doing it bigger. And if you don't know what they're doing and what's making them successful, you're going to fall behind. All right, so let's talk about the customer development cycle. I hope you guys have your pens and papers. This is good stuff right here. This is thousands of dollars worth of information that you're getting for free. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love you guys. Heart, does it do that little heart thing? Oh, my daughter says that's a millennial heart. I'm not doing it right. Anyways, let's stay focused. Okay, so the customer development cycle has 3 processes to it, right? Well, actually 4, but the 4th one is just to repeat the first 3. Number 1, discovery. Identify the customers and understand their problems. Okay, so what did we do with our synthetic turf business? We identified the customers, who was our customer? We realized that our best customer, because we live in like the Marietta Temecula, they're doing a lot of building over here and nobody's got a backyard. So we found that our best customer was someone who didn't have a backyard, so they automatically needed to get something installed. And because they didn't have a backyard, they also didn't have any type of plumbing. So it made more sense for them to get turf at that time. That was our key customer. So once we knew who our key customer was, we wanted to really understand what their problem was. Their problem is that when I want to get concrete done, turf done, a wall put up, a balcony, a pergola, whatever, I have to call 4 or 5 different people, and then I got to manage all these people, and there's different people coming in, and things need to be, I just want someone I can go to, one-stop shop to get it all done. That was their problem. So what did we become? We became the solution. So that's discovery. Who is your customer? What is it that they need? What do you have that can also solve that problem? Think of it in terms of problems. Put yourself into the customer's shoes and say, I'm a new customer. I have a yard. It doesn't have anything in there. What is it that I want? I want someone who can just take care of it for me. Can you just do it? Can you just take care of it for me? And that's what we became. Step 2, this is on the customer development cycle. Validation. Confirm your solutions meet the needs. I'm going to say that again. Confirm your solutions meet the needs. Okay. Why do we need to do that? Because sometimes we just hope that it meets the needs. We wish that it meets the needs. We're hopeful and we're excited that it could meet the needs. Maybe one, no, you need to confirm that it meets the needs. This is coming face to face. And this is one of the things I noticed that a lot of business owners don't like to do, because I was one of those business owners. Listen, I am not telling you guys anything that I wasn't, that I'm still not working on right now. So we are speaking straight from experience, from the horse's mouth. But you have to find out that that's actually what they want. Were you happy? What could we have done to do better? That's part of your continuous improvement. So don't take it personal when people are giving you feedback, when they say like, hey, I don't like it when you guys are smoking on the yards. Okay, no more smoking on the yards. Hey, I don't like it when you guys are not telling us when we're here. Make sure that you text and let them know when you're going to be here. These are small little things, and maybe they're small little complaints, but the more we started adding those processes into our business, the more we started to see our business flourish. And why is that? Because we were meeting the needs and we were validating that. Not only were we saying we're meeting this high level need, right? One-stop shop, but also we're meeting these lower level needs of customer service, of how you want people to be on your property. And those are important too. So I'm saying all that you want to validate all of these things that you're doing. And then number 3, creation and develop the product based on the validated learning. So don't just find out what these customers want. Figure out how you can implement it. So when we realized that customers wanted more communication, they wanted more notifications, we realized, you know what, we really need a CRM system. We really need something where we can put everybody into a place where it can email people, where it can text people, where we can track things, because we were getting so big that us just trying to remember it was no longer good enough. We needed a system. We needed something that we could actually hand to people and be like, okay, here, this is what you can go. We're going to add them into the system and boom, now you're live. Now they can communicate to us through the text messages. So we're taking all of these things that we're learning, whether the customer is complaining, whether we're losing a job, whether we thought we were going to get this and we didn't, and we're trying to find out why. We're scientists about this. We don't take it personal, right? People aren't personally saying no to me. They don't even know me. Nobody's saying no to you. They don't know you. They're saying no to what you're offering. They're saying your value isn't evident enough, or it's not as much as the other person's value. They're giving you feedback. They're giving you data. You want to take that data and say, what can we learn from this? How can we improve? Okay, great. You didn't like that? I'll give you a great example. So today, perfect example. I told you guys I'm working on the Google ads, right? So we had a client who came in. She gave us her information. My husband talked to her on the phone. She's like, I want to make sure that the quote you give me matches what's on the website. I'm like, no problem. Gave her a quote. It matched what's on the website. Within 2 minutes, declined. I was like, whoa, what was that? What was that? So I go back to the website and I'm looking at it. And the price that I have is on there, but there's also another price on there. And then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, wait, I did an ad for a specific service. So they're coming to me for the specific service, but I put an additional service because I thought it would add value on there, but it actually just confused the customer. So the customer just looked on there, saw the lowest price and was like, okay, that'll work. So if they're going to give me that price, then it'll work. And when they saw a different price, it was like, she didn't want to go back and be like, well, was I wrong? The customer's not going to go back to the website and be like, well, I was wrong. Did I read that wrong on the website? Maybe it said something different. No, the customer's going to be like, I told them they need to be what's on the website. It's not declined. And she moved on. And that made me think, okay, what can I learn from this, right? I did feel a little upset, because you pay for the leads, you work the leads, you're trying to get the business. But then I was like, okay, what can I learn from this? Okay, you know what? I need to make it more clear. I need the pricing to be more clear. And maybe what I had hoped to do, which was entice people to want to book with us by showing a lower price. But that lower price I knew was never going to solve the problem that they were actually coming to me for. So what I actually did was I confused them. So that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and make the actual price that I was going to give them the price that needs to be on the website. And then let's do a higher price so that that price now doesn't look like the higher price. It looks like the lower price. Psychology. Why are we doing this? Because buying, it's not a rational decision. People don't just look at their list and make practical decisions. It's emotional. That's why people buy something that, oh, I don't know why I bought that. I got buyer's remorse. What is buyer's remorse? You bought it. You looked at it, you saw the price, and you bought it. What is buyer's remorse? That's that feeling you get when you made an emotional purchase and now you're realizing I actually didn't need that. So those are the types of things that we're realizing, is that it's not just black and white. It's not just, oh, you see this and boom, that's what it is. No, it's all these psychological things. So that's why you have to be a continuous improvement person to be like, okay, why would they have done that? Why would she have been confused? That's what I had to ask myself. Instead of being like, I put $5.99. She saw on the website, it said $5.99. Why is she upset? She's dumb. I could say that, but that would be ridiculous on my part. So now I have to go into my scientist mode and I have to put myself in her shoes and say, would I have been confused? And I was like, yeah, I kind of would have been confused, because as a customer, I don't necessarily look at all of the services. I just looked at the price, and your price looked good. And when you gave me a match that, I'm unhappy. So that's the whole process that we're doing. That's the validated learning. So you just repeat. That's what you do. Keep repeating. What are we repeating? Discovery. What are the customer's needs? What are their problems? Number 2, we validate, confirm. Did that actually meet the needs? 3, we create and develop that product again, put it back out to market. So what did I do? I updated the website. I made it more clear. And now we're going to get new leads, and I'm moving on. That's how we do this process, you guys. I love it when it comes full circle. Don't you guys? Yes. Okay. Let's talk about how we can execute this in real life. And I'm going to use my Google Ads account to show you guys this process. So this process is called an MVP, minimum viable product. What is that? It is a basic version that allows you to collect the maximum data with the least amount of effort. Okay, I'm going to go through this and then I'm going to talk about it through my Google things. So here's some practical steps if you're doing an MVP. They don't really apply to my Google situation, but I still want you guys to know these. One is customer interviews. Like I said, talk to your customers. They're okay. The ones who said no, the ones who said yes, just be polite about it. They're always happy because they want you to get better, because at the end of the day, they actually wanted you to solve their problem. So they do want you to get better. Hypothesis testing. Have an idea, take it out to market, see how it responds. Don't build too much. Don't do too much. Just see if people respond like, hey, I've been trying to sell this service. What do you think about this? What's your feedback on this? I think this will work. See if it works. Send it out to some people. Get some feedback. Iterate based on the feedback. So when people tell you something, actually implement it and then take it back out and see if that made a difference. Yes, I understand it's not as sexy as some of the other things that we do in business, but I'm telling you, this process is going to help you when you're in this section of uncertainty. You don't really know what the answer is, which I would say as business owners is most of the time, right? Most of the time. And people like me are hired in large corporations because they know that it's an uncertain market and they want to have something where we can test, where we can figure it out, and then we can take what we learn and just get better and better and better and better and better. So let me talk to you about Google Ads. Okay. So we're transitioning our business. So we started off as a synthetic turf company, became a landscape construction company. Now we're moving to a service maintenance company. Now, the thing is that turf surface maintenance isn't necessarily a category. Like we're launching a new product, just like we did a turf 20 years ago. We're doing another one. So I can't go to like Angie's Leads or some of the normal places where you just buy leads from. I had to actually make ads and go out to the Google Marketplace because I found people are actually searching for the term. So I got to find those people who are actually looking for it. Okay. So I was like, what is my minimum viable product? Well, I know I need a landing page and I need a Google Ads account. So I create a landing page onto my website and I create a Google Ads account. And I open up the Google Ads account. And now I'm starting to get leads that are coming in. Now, I've just set it up based on what they told me. I don't know anything about Google Ads, right? I don't know enough about this to be, smart about it, but I'm just doing the best that I can. So they set me up on these smart campaigns. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but basically it limits what you can do so that you can kind of maximize the views. And what I learned as I was going through this process was that this particular process for Google was designed to get people to your website and hopefully get clicks. Not necessarily the right people who are going to convert into leads, but just people going to your website and clicking, which is what was working. But then I was like, but that's not the goal. The goal is not just to get a bunch of clicks. The goal is to actually get leads and get conversions. So then it was like, okay, I need to continue to tinker at this thing so I'm getting the results that I want. So now we're opening up the different areas, right? I'm opening up different times. I'm changing some of the call ads around. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm noticing that the impressions are going up, the clicks are going up, but the conversions aren't happening. I'm like, why is it not converting? And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm taking different screenshots and I'm talking to the AI. These are the things that you use AI to help you solve problems, right? I'm trying to figure this out, right? We're in crisis mode. We got to figure this out. We're spending hundreds of dollars. We got to figure this out. So now I'm taking screenshots and the AI says, oh, well, there you go. Right now, it's shown to you by partner affiliates. So these weren't people who were searching for your product. It's just people who were online and could potentially be a customer. I was like, well, I don't want them. How do I turn that off? It's like, well, you can't turn that off in the smart feature. You got to turn that off in the expert mode. So then I had to go and rebuild the whole campaign again to do everything. But guess what? As soon as I did that and I turned off those partner networks, all that learning that I had done when I was testing and tweaking and moving things around and seeing the impressions and the clicks go up, but it wasn't converting, all of a sudden it started converting. All of a sudden we started getting the people in. And now I've been tinkering it. I've really dialed it in to the point where the only thing that we're being limited by is our budget. That's exactly what this MVP process is. It's like I had an idea and I had to tinker with the ads. I had to tinker with the landing page. I had to tinker with this. I had to tinker with that. I was making all these small minor adjustments based on what? The data that was coming in. What was coming in? What wasn't coming in, what was converting, what wasn't converting. And so that's what you want to do in this process. It's really about looking at things and saying, I'm a scientist, I'm testing, I'm trying to figure it out. And the things that are working, keep doing more of that. And the things that aren't working, stop doing so much of that, because that's how you're ultimately going to get dialed into what it is that you want to go. You want it where you want to go. So of course, it's great for you to have an idea, right? You want to build XY company, but how you get there, I want you to be flexible about that. I want you to be open to different ideas. I want you to get that customer feedback. I want you to actually take it out to marketplace even before it's 100% ready. I know. That's scary. It's scary. But if you let people know, like, hey, this is a soft launch. We are beta testing. I'd love to get your feedback. People are so open to that. They would love to give you that information. So that's how you want to take some of this information out to market. So I hope that this has really helped you guys. I love this type of mentality. It's really helped me in running my business and just making sure that we're lean and that we're thinking things through, and ultimately that we're not spending too much money, right? I could have spent $500 on those ads and then been really frustrated that I didn't get the results that I wanted. But I knew what I wanted, and I knew I just needed to tinker it and dial it in and look at the data and see what the data was telling me to figure out how to get the results that I actually wanted. So I want you guys to be really open to flexible on how you're going to get your customers, how you're going to grow your business, how you're going to get there. Still keep the vision. You know, you still got to the North Star, but hey, we might go over here, get into the ocean, dive up here, go up a hill. We're going to get there. We got the North Star. All right. Well, this has been your weekly chamber recap, whatever we're going to call this meeting, but we're here every Wednesday at 5. I hope that you guys have really enjoyed this. Make sure that you join. Membership is $200 a year. I can tell you right now that it's more than just these trainings that I do. It's more than just the events that you guys see. Being able to be around like-minded people who can help you grow your business, help you to get to the place that you want to be in life. I've been trying to put this thing on the screen, but it's not letting me be great. I think I'm having a little bit of delay. So I hope that you guys were able to hear me. I hope there wasn't too much static. But I will see you guys next time on Wednesday at 5 p.m. And as always, I was so excited that you decided to join us today. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.